Hey, hi, this is Khalil once again, and in this video what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create this medicine bottle. Beautiful. One more thing I want to tell you, if you need ever any extra help or personalized guidance, join my one-on-one Zoom classes. Contact me on Instagram for more details. Now let's get back to the tutorial. First of all, what I'm gonna do, let me delete all the things first. So press A to select all the things, press X and delete. So we have just deleted everything, and from here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rename this collection reference. So first of all, what we want, press 1 for the front view. You have to press from the number pad, and I'm gonna drop my reference image that I've created before this tutorial. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna press Alt G. Now this is in the center, and I'm gonna press G to grab it, and I'm gonna grab it up on the Z axis. And this is basically not transparent, like I don't want this transparent, but I need the opacity a bit low. So this is selected, the reference image is selected, and I'm gonna go to the object data properties, and from here, like this is empty, and if it is not clicked, just open it, the empty, and from the opacity just check it and drop it down a bit. Now we can see clearly. So now this edge this is not an edge, this is the floor, so I'm basically putting it on the floor, but it is on the floor. Okay, great. So just a bit up, I think, something like this, just a bit up. I was just putting it on the floor, so it will be easy for me to create the bottle. And I think the bottle is in the center, perfectly in the center, yes. So don't need to do a lot of the movements. So you can also rename it as reference image. And I need one more collection. Right click, new collection, and this collection will be the our object, and I'm gonna rename it as medicine bottle. This is medicine bottle, but I have written something else because I'm not I do not sell medicines. So shift A, and what I need not a cube, I need a cylinder. And after adding a cylinder, I'm gonna grab it up, G, Z, and by holding control I'm gonna grab it up, and now this is on the floor, this on this x-axis, this is the floor basically, and I have put it on the floor. So after doing this, I'm gonna scale it down, but one more thing that I have to focus on is the 3D cursor. If I scale something like this, then it is scaling by using this origin point, but I need something else. I'm gonna use the 3D cursor. So to do that, press the period button, not from the number pad. Press the period button, and this is set on the median point. I'm gonna set it to 3D cursor. Now this is on the 3D cursor, and our 3D cursor is here. Press once again, and now scale it down. See, I was talking about this. So, and scale it once again on the Z axis, and something like this. I think it will be fine, I think. Okay, now press once again, and Z, and click on wireframe mode to see it clearly. Now you can see better, a lot better. I need one loop cut here. So we are in the object mode, so press tab to go to the edit mode, control R, and our loop cut added here. So just left click and move your mouse up to here, and this is now okay, great. So what I'm gonna do now, we need a lot more loop cuts here, because we have to bend it something like this, and it is not, it is straight, we have to bend it. Control R once again, and add a lot of loop cuts here. I'm gonna add 1 2 3 4 5. It's 5, so I'm gonna put 5. Left click, and I don't want to move it, so just left click, or you can also press escape button to cancel the movement. Now we have added a lot of loop cuts here, so I think you cannot see the shortcuts or what I'm pressing, not perfectly, so let me just move it here. So now you can see what button I'm pressing. Okay, so I'm gonna select all of the upper edge loop. Okay, now from the snapping tool I'm gonna turn on the, no, this is not the snapping tool, this is the proportional editing tool. Okay, press 1 once again, but before that let me show you. Okay, when we, okay, this is using the 3D cursor, but we don't need, we need to go back to the median point. Press the period button and go to the median point once again, scale it down, and this is scaling the whole thing. And now when I make the circle a bit smaller, then it is not, I'm not getting the results that I want. So to do that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all of these things and press Ctrl I, and this is we are in the vertex selection mode, this is the edge selection mode, and this is the face selection mode. So I'm gonna use the face selection mode, and I'm gonna hide everything down below just like this. Once again, in the edge selection mode, select all of the edges, the front edges, sorry, the upper edges. But if you cannot select like this, if you are selecting like this and you see, you notice that these are not selecting, so just Z, go to the wireframe mode. Now in the wireframe mode you can select something like this, and it will select all the behind edges also. But if you are in the solid mode and if you are trying to select something like this, then you cannot select the behind edges, you'll just select the front ones, and this is not we want. And if you want to select all the, like the loop, the whole loop in the solid mode, then you have to press alt, not press, you have to hold alt and then left click. Now the whole loop is selected. So this is very easy to go to the wireframe mode and press 1 and box select something like this, and it will gonna select all of the edges, front, behind, all of them. Now the now that we have hidden the all of the geometry that we have hidden, it is not gonna affect on that, and that we want the thing, we don't want to affect those things. Now we can select and make it something like this. Okay, and we can also from here change it to smooth, change it to sphere, and I think sphere is good, but this is gone up a lot and I don't want this thing. So just select it to the sphere before doing anything, and scale it something like this. Okay, now what we are going to do, alt H to get everything back. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one more loop cut here. Okay, what happened here, where the loop cut added, Control Z just deselect everything, and I just want to put one more loop cut here, and just I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hide everything that is in the bottom, Control I to invert the selection, hide it, press 2 for the edge selection mode, not from the number pad. Select this. Okay, this is fine, we don't need to do that on that portion. Okay, Now this looks a lot better, I think. Okay, when we add the subdivision, this will copy the, like, this will be more smoother, and it will be the shape will be same like the reference image. Now Alt H to get everything back that we have hidden, and this is great. Now again in the solid mode, what we need now, deselect all the things first. What I need subdivision. I think I need subdivision here, but before the subdivision, what I need, so Control Z, and before the subdivision we need to bevel things. So we can manually bevel the edges, like Control B, and we can bevel, or one more thing that we can do, Control R, and like add loop cuts, like the supporting loops. These are the supporting loops. We can add the supporting loops, something like this. But the fastest way to add the supporting loops is add the bevel modifier. But this bevel is gonna add added here, and also added here, but I don't want the bevel here on this one. I don't want. So to do that, what I'm gonna do, just select this whole loop, Alt left click, and also select this whole loop and press N, and from the items, I'm gonna use edges data. Okay, edges data. Mean bevel weight. Increase the mean bevel weight to 100%, and from the limit method, I'm gonna choose the weight. So these weight is, so the bevel is gonna add on these edges, just on these edges, nothing like removed from here. So I don't want here. I'll tell you later why I don't need bevel here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna increase it a bit, like 2 I think will be fine. And one more thing, I wanna press tab, object mode, Control A, and I'm gonna apply the scale. Now you can see the bevel is added a bit better. I think I want to grab this a bit down. Okay, turn this off. This one also, and I think this one also. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the subdivision by Control 2. I pressed Control 2. Okay, Control 2, and the subdivision is added with 2 levels of viewport and also the render. And from here I'm gonna adjust the amount and decrease it something like this, and I can also increase or decrease to see if it is getting better or worse. Okay, this is, I think, better. I think just a bit less, something like this. This is a lot better. Now right click and shade smooth, and for this thing, what I'm gonna do, for this face, just select this face, press X and delete this face. I don't need this face because this is a bottle, and the bottle is, if we get something like this hole in the real bottle. So I'm just doing this. And one more thing we can do, like I have the bevel, I have the subdivision, but I need one more thing, the solidify, and I can also put this solidified before this subdivision. Okay, you can also put this before the bevel also. Okay, solidify, and just increase it just a bit. Okay, this is from the inside. Okay, it's fine, just a bit. I don't need a lot of thickness. Okay, this is good. I think this is good. Okay, but how we are gonna create these things like the cap? So before deleting the control Z, control Z, control Z, sorry for this, before deleting the, I have deleted this. So what I'm gonna do before instead of deleting this face, I'm gonna select this face and press P and click on selection. Now this face, press tab, and now we are in the object mode. What happened? Why are you going? Don't go, please don't go. I think I have accidentally pressed space button. Just select this one in the object mode. Now this is the separate object. I'm gonna rename it as, what do I call it, cap or something, I don't know. I just renaming it. And also the cylinder, this is not a cylinder, this is a bottle. Okay, so for this one, press tab, and what I'm gonna do, extrude it on the Z axis, and same thing that we have did with this, we are gonna do the bevel. We can do it manually by our hand. We can also add the, okay, bevel modifier is added, we just have to add the bevel weights. This is set to weight, and we just have to tell that where the weight should be. So press slash, okay, press slash, and select these two faces. And by the way, we did not have selected, okay, we have selected the faces, but we just need the edges. But if you select these edges, the face will also be selected. You cannot do anything else. So just from here, from the items, transform, you can get edge data, and from the edge data increase the mean bevel weight to 100%. This was on 0%. 1 means 100, 0 means 0, 100, 1 means 100%. Okay, now what we are gonna do, nothing. This is great. This is shade smooth, subdivision added, bevel added, everything is fine. Slash once again, and select this one once again. And what we need, what I've said, firstly just hide it, we need solidify modifier here. Now we can add solidify. Just let me minimize these things. The solidify is, let me increase it a bit, not too much, just a bit, not too much. And I'm gonna use it on, you can see the difference, no difference. I'm just gonna put it in between the bevel and subdivision. By the way, we can also put it here, it is not gonna do anything. Now Alt H to get our cap back. Press 1 for the front view, and I'm gonna press N to just hide this, and first of all, we cannot scale it and scale down because we have separated this object from this mesh. So the origin of this object will be here on the same like this object's origin point is here, and this is the part of that object we have separated now, but the origin point is still the same. Let me show you, scale it, see, the origin point is same. So to fix this, first of all, I'm gonna press Ctrl A, and I'm gonna apply the scale before doing anything, because it will the modifiers will work better if you apply the scale after scaling any object in Blender. Now what I'm gonna do, right click, set origin to geometry. Now our origin is moved in the center of this object. Great. Now we can press 1 and we can scale it up something like this. And one more thing, scale it up on the z-axis, grab it up on the z-axis, something like this. Okay, not too much, just a bit, something like this. And for these things, like this is one and one more here, to do this just duplicate this one, shift D and Z, and scale it down just on the z-axis, nothing else, just on the z-axis. Grab it down, scale it on the z-axis one more time. Okay, one more time. This is fine, I think. And and we don't have to duplicate this one more time. We are just gonna do, I think we can add the array modifier. Where are you, Mr. Array modifier? Where it is? Where have you gone? Oh my gosh, Mr. Array modifier. Where are you hiding? I could not find it. Okay, where I am searching. I'm just gonna press A because I could not find it. So just press A and array modifier will add. This is the shortcut. Go here and press A and array modifier will be added. I don't know where it is. I could not even find it now. Where it is? Where are you? Array modifier. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's why I could not. This was up here. That's why I'm saying why I could not find it. Okay, now we got the array modifier, and this is on the x-axis, and this is the x-axis. This is the z-axis, and this is the y-axis. So, what it did, it is duplicating the object on the x-axis, but I don't need it, so put it back to the 0. What I need it on the z-axis. So this is the z-axis, so I need to copy it on the z-axis, something like this. Okay, great. And one more thing I want, like the size. If you see in the reference image, this is a bit smaller and this is a bit bigger, so I'm gonna scale it just a bit down, something like this, and this is great. And one more thing we have to do, like this is a bit ring type, and this is not because of the scale. We have changed the scale but not applied the scale, so press Ctrl A and apply the scale and see. Woohoo, great. Deselect everything, and what we can rename it, cap ring or something. I don't know what do I call. You can rename it at whatever you want. Yes, you have the freedom for renaming. Okay, so I think okay, one more thing I have to add the paper. I want to press tab. And one more thing that I wanna add a lot more geometry here, so it will, when we render it, it will render a bit better. The reflections, you get better reflections and a lot of the things. But one more thing, if there is a paper on that, then why we need a lot of geometry here? No, we don't need. But I just want to tell you that if you add like geometry here, a lot of geometry here, something like this, so it will you'll get a lot of better reflections, a lot of better render images. But we don't need, I think, because there will be a paper. So why we need? No, we don't need. This will be hidden by the paper, so no extra load for your PC. So just Control R. No, don't Control R. We will scale it later. So just select all the loop. How I did this? I am in the face selection mode. If you are not in the face selection mode or something, just click on this or press 3, not from the number pad. I'm telling it all the time. Alt and left click. Now the whole loop is selected, and if you get something other results, something like this. Oh my gosh, I selected the vertical ones. It's because if you put your mouse on the lines that is following the the vertical faces, then it will select the vertical loop. And if you hover over your mouse on the edge that is following the horizontal loop, horizontal faces, then it will select the horizontal ones, something like this. But this will gonna give you the exact opposite result if you are in the edge selection mode. Let me show you. Like if you select this one, it should be selected these na, but this is not doing. So why this is not doing? Because you are on the edge that is following the this whole edge loop. So if you go on this one, then this will gonna select these edge loops. So on the edge this is something like this, but if you are in the face selection mode, then this is something like this. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I have selected all these faces, so shift D, and I just have duplicated this one. Oh my gosh, I have grabbed this out. Can I do this? Can I move this back on the area there? Okay, let me P selection. This is the, and now the separate object, press tab. This is the separate object, this is the separate object. And now I want to get it back on the same position, then Alt G. No, it didn't. Did the same, that did the result that I want. So if it did not do, then just Control Z. Okay, Control Z, and I think this is okay. Now I have just Control Z and Shift T, and do not, I just have accidentally did something like this. I have just pressed accidentally left click, so don't do that. Control Z and just Shift T, and do not left click. I'm just showing you that I have duplicated this. So just right click to cancel the movement, then P, click on selection. Now this is the separated object, press tab. Now we are in the object mode, select the paper material. Okay, why I could not select it? Now I have selected. If you could not select it from here, then like you can see it, this is the bottle, this one, and this is the duplicated one, this one, and we can rename it for the, because we are organizing things better. We are good students. Okay, so everything is here. Solidify, bevel, subdivision. Do I need really subdivision? Do I need bevel? Yeah, bevel, I need bevel. Let me press slash. Slash is for, if you slash by selecting any object, it will, everything will be hidden, and just one thing you have to work on. It is very easy if you are if you have to work on a single object, but nothing is gone, everything is here, just we cannot see. When you press slash again, and everything will be back. So slash once again. So what I have did in the solidify, let me show you. This is in the negative, and we don't want it in the negative, because let me show you. See the geometry, what is happening here. This is a very bad thing. So just put the offset to 1 and 10. But the thickness, the paper is not as thick as this paper. So if you want, no, don't want this, don't want this much thickness. I think this thickness will be fine, real paper. And what I'm gonna do, the origin that I've said before, the origin is here, copying the origin of the original object that we have, because we have separated. Okay, so right click, but before that Control A and apply the scale. This is a very good time to apply the scale. No, this is not a very good time, because we have also one more scaling here. So right click, set origin to geometry, and then scale it on the Z axis. Okay, what I'm doing wrong, I'm using as a reference this bottle. So go to the wireframe mode and use this one. Okay, so scale it on the z-axis a bit more, something like this, and grab it up on the z-axis. Now it's great. Go back to the solid mode, Z and solid. We have created it a lot. I think we've created all of I mean, like, we've created everything that we need. We just have to now duplicate all the things. Like, we have duplicated it 3 times because 1 2 3 there are 3 bottles. So let me see first, everything is fine, or I think everything is great and fine. Let me press slash once again to see it better. Great, it's great. But Control R, and let me add a lot of extra geometries. No, we will add extra geometries later. Okay, we'll add extra geometries later. Now what we have to do, I think press tab, and what I'm gonna do, Alt A, deselect everything, and Shift A, and I need an empty plane axis, and use whatever you like the most, and select everything but the reference image. I'm just disabling the reference image. Sorry. Select everything, and my reference image, sorry, my empty is highlighted. My empty is active now because this is the color orange. No, yellow. This is orange, a bit red, a bit orange. This is a bit orange and a bit yellow. Confusing colors. But this is the color for the active objects. Like, which one you'll select, select last, those objects will be active. So when you have to make some object active, just select it at last. And there's one more thing that you can do, is select that object and press A. Now this is, you have selected this one at first, but this is active. Wow, great. I've selected this first, but this is active. So this is the one technique, and the other technique is select everything. Sorry, deselect first, select everything and select it at last. So there are 2 techniques that you can use. Now press Ctrl P and click on object, keep transform. Now this is the parent. We have we have make this empty parent of these objects. Now we can just rotate, we can just grab, we can just scale just this thing, and we can control the whole bottle. Great. Now this will be easier for us to do extra things. Now I think we have to create the backdrop. So for the backdrop, I'm going to create one more collection, and this will be for our lights, our cameras, our backdrop, or something like this: lights, camera, backdrop. Okay, so Shift A and mesh plane, scale it up, and how can I know the exact size? Press 1. Okay, enable the reference. And one more thing I want to, because we are weaving with the viewport, because this is the viewport, and this reference image is not the viewport one, this is the camera view. So we need the camera for the better view. So Shift A, and not from the reference. Let me tell you something. The reference image is selected. If we add something here, let me show you. Camera, I have added a camera. Okay, now it is added in the, okay, it's great, because okay, now I have selected the reference, but the collection is this collection is selected. If this collection will be selected, then when I add something, then it will be added on that thing, on that collection. So let me drag it here. Okay, so the camera is here. I'm gonna grab it on the y-axis here. This is rotated very odd. Alt R to reset the rotation. Now this is good, but this is sad, I think, because the head is downside. Why he is so sad? I think we have created it very last, so this is very sad. So R, X and rotate it 90 degrees. Now he is not sad. Don't be sad. Now press 0 for the camera view, and I think I have to, one more thing that I'm gonna change here on the camera settings. This is the 50 millimeters of focal length. I'm gonna change it to 80 millimeters. Now this is a bit zoomed in, so zoom out, press G, and this is grabbing. We need to zoom out, so hold Z, don't hold Z, press the Z twice and zoom out. Zoom out something like this. Hey, one more thing. This is a square and this is not a square. So let me change this 1920 to 1080. Now this is same. Okay, now this line is matching to this line, just but not exactly. Grab it one more time, press G to grab and Z twice to zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so I'm just wanna match. Okay, this is fine. One more thing that we can do, grab it once again, grab it, and on the Z axis just one time, press the Z just one time, and now we can do something like this. So we are just matching the exact same as the reference image. It's not compulsory to match the exact to the reference. Just create your own style, create your own product or something, but I'm just showing you how can I do these things. So just scale it up, press 0 once again. Okay, now this edge is matching to this edge, the camera. Just for the safety reasons, I'm just scaling it up a bit and press tab. Now we are in the face selection mode, so we cannot select this edge. If we try to select, we could not. So just go here or just press 2. Now we can select it and extrude it, and it is extruding something like this, but we need it straight, so press Z and one more time 0 for the camera view and put it a bit down, just up to here. It's fine, it's great. And I need this area to be a bit rounded. This is not round. So there are a lot of things, like you can press Ctrl B and increase the segments, and tab out, right click, shade smooth, and hooray. But what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Okay, but there's one more thing that I want to show you that you can do. Add modifier, go to the bevel, and let me show you. Increase the bevel, and you can also change the amount. I will set it up to here, and then right click, shade smooth, and you can change it anytime, on any time. So this is the this is the advantage of using the bevel. By the way, it was also the bevel that if you press Ctrl R and add a lot of loop cut, this was also bevel, but that was manual, and this is procedural something. Okay, now press 0. Great, I think this is great. What I need extra before adding the materials and textures, I think I should add a lot of lights. But before that, why are you plain? This is backdrop. I love to rename things. This is my camera. I don't want to rename it, but you can rename it. Now I need lights. Okay, lights. So just for a moment, just disable the reference image and 0. Okay, and Shift A. We are in the lights and camera backdrop this collection. Rename it whatever you want. You can LCB, you can do whatever you want. Shift A. Lights, I'm going to use area light. You can use point light. I use a lot of area lights and point lights. These are my favorites. Area light. Grab it upon the Z axis, and to see it better, the lighting effects, I'm gonna disable this one. Press T, and you can also remove these things from here. And if you have this one, then just press N to remove these properties also. Disable the overlays, zoom in, Z, and rendered view. And if it is taking a lot of time, then from the render properties, I'm gonna reduce the max samples from the viewport to 128. Now it is gonna take a lot of less time. And also I don't like to 4096. I don't like this. Why I don't like this? Because of this denoise. So we don't need a lot of samples because of thanks to this denoise. Color management. I also use a lot this very high contrast. I love high contrast. So okay, I just want to scale it up just a bit. And from this object data properties, the light settings I'm going to change. The power is too low. 200, 250. It is fine. And one more thing I want to do from the constraints properties, add the track to constraint. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna choose the our bottle as a target. The bottle, you can choose the bottle or the paper. Don't choose the cap, and nothing happens because this is obviously tracking the bottle, so it does not happens anything. But what if I grab this? Oh my gosh, I'm grabbing the light, but it is tracking the bottle. That I want. See the shade. Wow, what a beautiful shade. Right click to cancel the movement, and I'm just gonna Shift D, duplicate this one. What happens? I think I have pressed caps lock and D. Oh my gosh, do you also do these things? Pressing caps lock instead of Shift D. Okay, just Shift D and rotate it here. Grab it here. Don't need to rotate because it is gonna rotate it automatically, and I love this thing. Grab it here. And you can also now select this one. You can also delete this track to constraint from here. We just needed the track to here and track to here. So I have added here, so we don't need it to do it for this one and for this one. Now what we can do? Now we can go to the shading. Go to the shading. And I think I don't need this thing. Or I need. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, click on this one, 3D viewport, press 0, and once again I'm gonna disable all these things, like disable this and disable the overlays, and Z and rendered, Z and solid mode. I want solid mode here, I want rendered mode here, and we are in the lights. So from here empty, because this is the parent of these objects, like this one. This is the parent. This little empty is the parent, so this is on the top, and if you click on this, all things is hidden in here because this is the parent. What I'm gonna do, click the bottle, and for the bottle material I'm gonna click on new and just rename it as glass. I want it a bit glossy. So for the base color, I'm not gonna choose the base color here, or I think no, I'll choose the base color here, but I'm gonna choose the hex color. I want something like a bit green or something like this, like the reference image. I want something like this. So I'm gonna use the hex color, hex code, and I'm gonna use the hex code 9A E7 E7 9A E7 E7. This color I want, and you can see this is not matching, but don't worry about that. I'll match the color, don't worry about that. Okay, I want the metallic to same as it is, because this is not a metal, but the reference but the roughness 0.25 of the roughness, and the transmission 100% transmission. Okay, now this is matching to the reference. The reference is a bit like opacity down. We have done the opacity down. So what we can do, just click on the reference and grab it here, and from the object data properties I'm gonna just click on this. Once again, now we can also see the reference as well as our portal and the reference. Okay, so this is done. I think this is fine. I don't have to change anything else. I don't think. No, I'm not gonna change anything else, but I need something here. I need to change the, select this one, Control T. If it is not worked in yours, then go to the edit, preferences, add-on, where are you, add-ons, and click on here, node Wrangler add-on. Just check this out. Just click on this one, and you'll get these things. And if you select this one, if you have to select this one, if you have selected all those things and Control T, and this is something like this, this is added for both of the things, and we don't need this. Just select this one, and if you have not selected anything, this is not also not gonna work. Just select this principled BSDF, Control T, and you'll get something like this. Okay, and just disable hold control and right click. Let me show you once again. Hold control and right click and cut it something like this, like a cake. So for this image texture, what I want to open it first. Let me copy the location. I want to open it up, and I want this thing. Okay, I want this thing to open, and I'm gonna use this. I want to use this. This is this image. Let me show you. This is the image, and I want to use it not for the color. I just want to use it something like this. I want to use it for the just for the bump. Shift A, search the bump node, and now here we have the bump. So for the color, I'm gonna put the color to this height and this one to the normal, and you can see something bad here, like we want this but not something like this. So what I'm gonna do, press tab. I pressed caps lock once again. I have to press tab. So just press tab / once again. What I'm gonna do, I have to unwrap this first before doing anything. I have to unwrap it. So press 1. Just select this one. We don't need to select this, but just select this one. And now select this one. Okay, this what I've selected. This is the behind edge. I've selected that behind edge. Now I know this is the behind edge, so just select these edges. There's one more technique that you can, not just one more, there is also a fastest technique that you can use. Let me deselect all the things first. Select this one and control left click this one. Wow. And then one more thing that you can use, press C and just something like this, but okay, deselect these things, deselect for the if you have to deselect with this circle, you have to hold middle mouse button to deselect those. So these are the techniques that you can use. So what I'm gonna use, this is basically the seam I'm gonna use for the seam. Press U and mark seam. Now this is the seam. What is seam? Seam is something like when we use something like an image texture to any object. So image texture is something, a plane, a 2D image. So 2D image unwrapping to any object. So let me show you. If this is our image texture and wrapping up to the object, but if it is starting from here, then it will also end up here. So this seam is basically saying to the Blender that start the image texture here and end it also here. So this is the seam basically do. This is the work of seam. And one more thing, I want to select this loop and wrap, not unwrap, just press U and mark seam. Select this one, U, mark seam. And we don't really need to unwrap these areas because we just have to work on these areas. So press everything, U, and unwrap it. And from here I'm gonna use the UV editor. And what is happening here? What is really happening here? This is so because we did not, I think, unwrap this area, we did not put any seams here, so this is behaving like a naughty kid. So we are not gonna use those things. So we just need these areas like L, press L. I have pressed L to select this island, and we are gonna just use this island. Okay, we don't need this one. Sorry, Alt 8 to deselect everything. We don't need this. Press L. Scale, S for scale, 0. Now this is this, and I'm gonna put it here. We don't need this, so we cannot delete, so I'm just putting it here by scaling it down. Now I need this. Sorry, what happened? This was selected. Alt 8 to deselect. Now press L once again to select this whole island, and I am just scaling it up, putting it on the right place where I want. Okay, one more thing that I want to show you, like this is repeating, the texture is repeating. Image texture is something like for the repetition. So from here I'm gonna click on clip, and now this is not repeating. And one more thing, I can use the extend. Okay, great. Okay, I think this is great. I think this is great. What do you think? From here I'm gonna use the strength 1 and the distance 1, both will same, and I'm just gonna invert it outside. It was like inside, and now this will be outside, like extruded outside. And if this is unchecked, this will be extruded inside. So you can use both of them, doesn't matter. This is great, this is fine. And this, I have done this material. Now for the paper, let me slash once again. For the paper, I'm gonna select the paper and new new material and rename it. You can also rename it from the material properties, and you can rename it from here, paper. And you'll find this principal BSDF also here. This is the same thing, but just the principal BSDF, not a lot. So for more things, we need this shader editor. So for the color, for the color, I'm also gonna use the similar color to this, but a bit dark shade. See here, this is a bit dark shade. So for the dark shade, what the hex color I'm gonna use 24646. okay, this hex color I'm gonna use. And I also want to use the image texture that is applied here. So for the image texture, as you know, just select this one, Control T, and this will come up something like this. Open your image. Where is the, I think this one. Okay, this one is great. But why this is black? Shift A. And what I'm gonna use the mix. What happened? Sorry, I just click on the search and enter mix, and we need this mix, but we don't need this float, we need the color. Put it on in the factor and put it in the base color. So what happened with our color? The color is gone. So I'm just gonna press Control C, hover your mouse here and Control C, and just put it here. Now this is what happened. Okay, now this is fine. The color, now we are gonna control the color from here. So I'm gonna choose the paper color is same hex color. Control V. Sorry. Just just hover your mouse here and press Control V, and this will be the same. And for the text is white. So for the text, I'm gonna use the white color, and nothing happens. This is because this is an transparent image. We have the alpha channel here. So if I have the alpha, then why I'm using the color? Use the alpha. Great. And I'm gonna choose the image, same image that I'm gonna apply here. Now press tab. Select everything. I think why we don't need to unwrap, because this is a very simple thing, but we need to unwrap. So press 1 and select this one. Okay, press slash first, because now it is very easy to edit. Select this one. So this one is selected, and press U and mark same. Great. Slash once again. Now just one mark seam is needed. Why? The seam, sorry, one seam is needed because there will be a image texture, this image texture, and it is gonna apply some, start from here and end from end here. So it is not gonna need any extra seams. We don't need any extra seams. So select everything, and from here also select everything and scale it up like this. And you can see here, this is also repeating, because this is set to repeat, so it will repeat. If you're not changing it, it will repeat. I think this is fine. What do you think? Great. We can also add a lot of loops here, but I think this is a great reflection. We are getting great reflection, so I think I don't need. But if you want, then add it. Who are stopping you? just add it, doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm gonna need, one more thing, it's not compulsory but you can add it. Like if you see, you can see a bit of texture, like the paper and the plastic, paper a bit plasticky texture you can see on this paper. So you can get the texture, get the effect by adding one more. No, we did not have any added any bump here, so I'm gonna add a bump here. And which texture I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use the magic texture. So I'm gonna add to this height magic texture. For the depth I'm gonna use 3, and for the scale, increase the scale a lot higher, so it will be something like this. And from the strength, this is too high strength, and this, so just 0.05 I think, or you can make more or less or something. It's just up to you. And you can use the distortion a bit. I don't think a lot of distortion will look fine, so I just gonna put 1.5. So I think this is good. And one more thing, we can also add some texture to this bottle here. We can also do, let me see, yes, you can get a lot of some rough texture on this bottle, a bit rough. It is shiny, but you can see these textures, so it is making it a bit realistic. So I'm gonna also put those things here also. So for the bump, I need one more bump to do that. I need one more bump. This is basically the glass material that we've created. Select the glass and you'll get this. So what I'm gonna use, the bump node, and I'm not gonna use the UV, so I'm gonna use the object. So just put it to the height. So after doing that, what I'm gonna do, normal to the normal, because we have created two bump nodes, so that's why this bump it could not go directly to the normal. It is not gonna happen. So it is compulsory to add this normal to this normal. So how, let me show you one more thing. If we need one more, then just add it here, add it to this normal. And if you need one more bump, you can add the normal here. And main thing is gonna use because we use height, so use the height for any texture. So I'm just gonna delete this, so like this height. So sorry, we need one more thing. What we need, I think we can use the noise texture for this. So this noise texture is gonna use to the height, and I'm gonna use the color for the height. Okay, and the vector, I'm gonna use object to the vector. So this looks a bit odd, a lot. So what I'm gonna use, I can put the scale a bit up, something like this. And for the strength, I'm gonna make it less, 0.05 will be fine, I think. And one more thing I can use, I think, can I use the distortion? No, I think this is fine. I just want to increase it a bit more. A lot more, I think. Okay. I think let me change it to now. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry. Now this is a lot better, a bit more realistic. Great. I think I have added a lot more light than this, because this is a bit darker and this one is a lot lighter. No, the backdrop is different, so that's why we are getting a bit lighter here, lighter things, lighter lights lighter colors, sorry. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna choose this one and press tab. Now we are in the edit mode. Its selection is turned on. Press 0, and what I did, oh my gosh, select the reference, Alt G. I have did a wrong thing. Oh my gosh, grab it on the x-axis, but I want it in the center, so press N on the x-axis. Okay, I wanna reset the location of x, so put it 0 on the x location. Now it is in the center. I just have grabbed it on the x-axis, so now this is in the center. Great. And one more thing, once again I need the opacity, sorry, so just increase it a bit. Wireframe mode. Okay, wireframe mode is fine. I'm just for a moment disabling the medicine bottle, just for a moment. Control R, and sorry, I'm really very sorry, I have selected the reference image. Select the backdrop, okay. Control R. Why? Because we are in the object mode. Go to edit mode, Control R, and in the middle just put one edge loop, and now Control B to bevel. Oh, a lot more bevel. No, we don't need. Scroll the mouse wheel down, and we just need 3. When I get 3, just by holding shift, because if you hold shift then you'll get smoother rotation, movement, and anything. Smoother movement. For the smoother movement, now this is matching the exact thing, but what I'm getting from the bottom, this one is matching, but this is not. This is not a good thing. Press 2. Okay, now no, don't need to press 2. This is selected. Select this edge loop, and this is not matching, so what we are gonna do is scale it on the x-axis. Now this matches. Now this is matching. Okay, press tab once again. And what I'm gonna use for this backdrop, new, I need the bottle back for the, let me select the bottle. What I've used for the bottle, Control C, same color. No, I think I have to use the paper color. I think it would be great. So press tab, sorry, Z, solid mode. Now I'm gonna use the same, Control V. A lot better view. I think the the white cape is also looking very great. Like if in the medicines you can see a lot of white caps, or white, I don't know, what do I call it, cap? I don't know. And what I've created, if you can see this, what I've created here. So from here, first of all, backdrop. Now from the material properties, this is the backdrop. I need one more here, new, and this will be the first line. I think the first line, I'm gonna rename it is first line, and same color, but at the same time same color, but the reference image, let me see the reference image. Med bottle png, what is this? The reference, sorry, let me see first. What is this? Both are the same. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is the reference image and this is the, oh, select this one. Okay, choose this one, so we can now see the colors better. Let me show one more thing that you can do. If you want the reference image from here, you can also go to the image editor and you can choose the med bottle. You can choose the med bottle and you can see the image. You can zoom in, zoom out, and you can make this one a bit bigger, and you can now see. And if you have to switch back on that outliner, then press shift F9, shift F10, shift F9, shift F10. Now you are in the outliner. Shift F10. Now you are in the image editor. Your reference image is here. Great. Shift F9. Now we can just disable the reference for a moment, and shift F10 for the reference image. And we don't have to do it all the time. Like we have dropped our reference image here, but we can also grab it from here if we have dropped once in our Blender. Anywhere we can get on this thing. The same thing we can get here. This is a great thing, I think. Now, okay, where we were. So just select this one, and if you are getting problem by editing these things, because this is beveled, so of course we are getting problem because we could not select this. So go to the modifiers properties and disable this for a moment, just for a moment, don't worry. So now select this one, go back to the modifiers, material properties, the first line, assign it to the first line, and the color I have chosen the same color that was the backdrop. I've chosen the same color, but what I need, see, just a bit lighter, So what I'm gonna do, make it a bit lighter. So see here, great. Now I'm gonna select this one, okay, and new, and if you can see, the middle one is totally white, not 100% white, but just like white. Let me assign it first. So yep, this is like a white, but just a bit darker. So I'm just grabbing it down a bit, not a lot. So we have made this one the white one, and there's one more thing. This is also white, but a bit darker than this one. So new material, you can say dark white, or you can say also the this green, but a lot lighter. You can say this one also. So what I'm gonna use, instead of making it first of all, if we have to select this is very compulsory. You have to select this and assign it. This is very compulsory. So instead of making it a bit dark, something like this will match it, something like that. But I want to copy this and I want to paste it. And what I'm gonna use, from the RGB, HSV, from the HSV, I'm gonna put the value up, down this up the saturation. What I'm doing, this is, I don't have to saturate it. Okay, just a bit darker, okay, value down, value up a bit, okay, this is something like that I want. like I don't wanted it the exact white, darker white. I want it to match this a bit, and go to the modifiers properties and change it to this. Now this is gonna be something like curve, a bit curve. And if you want to increase the offset, you can increase the offset, something like this. If you want to decrease the offset, you can do the same thing from here. Okay, now the cap, you can so first of all, shift F9 to get everything back, something like this. Cap, now the cap, you can leave it something like this. This is very cool, I think, but I'm gonna change it. Okay, but I'm gonna change it, rename it here. The cap, I'm gonna make it metallic. Okay, and same thing for this one also. So select this one and shift select this one and Control L and link the materials. Now both materials will have the same material. And if I'm gonna change, I'm gonna choose this one. This is also cap, this is also cap. If okay, I'm sorry, if I'm gonna change the cap material from here, this is also gonna change from here also as well. So this is a great thing. So 100% metal. And what roughness should I use? I think I can use 0.25. I think 0.25 the roughness for the cap. Color, for the color I have the I have the FF BD 84. Okay, it's great, and I think I don't have to change anything else from here. See, wow, isn't it great? Oh my gosh. So one more thing, just quickly we are gonna do that thing. Okay, but from the layout tab. Okay, from the layout tab I'm just gonna go to the material preview, so it will be a bit faster. So why okay okay sorry, ठीक है means okay, ठीक है is a Hindi word. Okay, press 1 and shift, and I'm gonna bracket just 2-3 times, not 20 times. So I'm gonna do Alt D, duplicate it. Alt D means I'm gonna create a new object, but this is not a new object. I mean if I shift D means it will be duplicated and it will be a new object, but this will be connected to this thing. So it is something like this. It is gonna take less time to render, less time to, I don't think it is gonna take less time to render, but it is gonna take less time in computing the data. So it is not gonna affect a lot in the to our hardware in the viewport. One for the 90 degrees. No, but before 90 degrees what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the reference image, put the reference a bit back, so I can see it better. Okay, select the empty, not this one, this empty, and I think I have to shift in here and use the reference image here also, so I can see it better now, because I could not see the reference image from the top. So I'm gonna use this, so I'm gonna grab it here. I think this is something like this, not compulsory, it is not necessary to make it exact the same, just rotate it a bit, something like this. And we cannot duplicate this bottle, like Alt D. Oh my god, I just have duplicated the empty, just the empty, but we don't need this. Control Z, shift and the bracket, shift right bracket. Okay, Now we have selected the whole thing. Why is this happen? Because this is the parent, because this empty is the parent of these whole things. So once again, top view, alt D, duplicate it here, and one more time, just one more time. I have shift D. I've accidentally pressed shift D, alt D. Okay, alt D. Let me see if there is, okay, there is just a one. But if you sometimes do accidentally shift D or alt D and just press right click, or so sometimes you get two objects at the same place, so it is gonna affect your renders and you'll get a lot bad render. So you have to make sure that you does not have two objects at the same place because of the accidental shift D, alt D or something. Press 7. Okay, don't need to press 7 because I need to rotate it. Press 1, rotate it 90 degrees. Wow, oh my gosh, 90 degrees, okay. But now we have to grab it up. Press G and grab it up on the Z axis. Oh, a lot better. Just a bit down, grab it on the Z axis, and I'm gonna grab it down by holding shift also, so it will be smooth rotation. Grab it on the Y axis, no sorry, grab it on the X axis, something like this. Okay, and one more thing, grab it on the Y axis a bit backward so that it can match this thing. Let me show you. I think this is gonna match. Okay, now shift 5 F5 shift F5 solid view, and just enable the overlays, and now we can see here this is not matching because of this. I think this is not getting matched. Okay, now I'm gonna match you, bro. Oh, why? Okay, it doesn't need to be same exact because I could not, so I'm gonna make excuses. Okay, why it is happening, by the way? I don't know. I think this is fine. I think. Okay, now there's just one more thing we have to do. What do we have to do? Go to the render properties, and I think this should be on the cycles. I think I have told you very high contrast, and from the output properties, this is PNG is great. And the 1080 by 1080, I'm gonna put it to 300%. One more thing I didn't do, file save. This is compulsory. This is compulsory thing. If you do not do this, you can no, not on the image files. You can lose your file, and this is not a good thing, and renaming is very great thing. Bottle, arey yaar means friend. Oh, my friend. Bottle for tutorial. Great. Now I'm gonna use 300% of 1080. You can also you can just put it 100% as your, depends on your hardware. It depends on your hardware. And I think I don't need anything else. Just press F12, and after waiting for just a moment, you'll get a beautiful render. Oh. I could not wait. I really could not wait.